Hi there. So recently I've been reflecting on reflection, how important it is for us to reflect on life and taking the time to do it. It's absolutely fine to have peaks of emotion, highs and lows, good days and bad days. But we don't just learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on it. What was it that made it into the experience that we had? We don't often get the time and space to do this properly in life, but lockdown's certainly giving us the time and space, mentally and physically, to take the time to think about things. What I'm seeing from a lot of conversations with people is our negativity bias coming into play. Now, we've spoken about negativity bias before on this site. It's absolutely fine to have. We all know it exists. And you've only got to look at any of the media outlets to realise that a lot of stories are told with a slightly negative twist because they know it stimulates us more for a negative story. And from conversations with a lot of people, we're looking at the things we're not doing in lockdown, the things we can't do, and looking forward to the time we can meet up with friends and family, go for a drink, go for a meal out, go shopping. If you're like me, definitely go for a haircut at some point. But we're not taking the time to stop and think about the positive side of it. And there's a two-part question I've been playing with that I want to extend to you today, and also set a life goal for this horse who really wants to be in the video. So the first part of the question is, what are you doing now in lockdown which you weren't doing before that you would love to carry on? It could be your dietary regime, it could be your exercise you're taking, your walks, enjoying the countryside like I am. It could be spending time with your family, it could be online quizzes you're doing to connect with friends in a slightly different way. What are the things you're doing that you would love to carry on with when lockdown finishes? I know from a business point of view, we used to have regular meetings with our staff face to face. They were fairly infrequent because logistically it's hard to get that many people together. But in lockdown, we've started doing weekly Zoom calls where we're putting our staff together and having a live Q&A and update on the business. Those will certainly carry on at the end of lockdown. They've proved to be successful. And we've stumbled on them through necessity rather than strategy. And for many of us, we've done the same thing. We've stumbled on routines, patterns and behaviours through having to do it, not because necessarily we wanted to do it, but some of them have worked really well for us. So what things are you doing you'd like to carry on with? And second part of the question is, what do you need to do to make sure they stay as part of your rhythms? What goals do you need to set? What behaviours do you need to have? What do you need to do to ensure that before we dive back into our world of rush hour traffic, peak times at the gyms, shop walk sandwiches for lunch, what can we do to actually get these things that we love doing back into our muscle memory? And I'll talk more about goal setting in upcoming videos, but for now I want to leave you with those two questions. So happy reflecting, enjoy the weather and stay safe. I'll speak to you soon.